Oppong educhum ne camp. If you go camp, go educhum ne camp.
If you ever front door when we have a couple back door, a pedam discuss Dr. Educhum campaign.
No, I think I see it as an indictment to be kaka. One is Canada Japan's long-time business partner, his friend. He's almost like his brother. Why is he in Educhum's camp? And the chairman of his campaign, why is he not with Canada Japan?
Oh no, they be sir, Dr. Educhum. No, I mean, chairman of Oppong. But my point in a set, one hour work on now, so Senapo, Linear Panye, Oye, Kennedy, Anamobwa, Quabraja, into Oye party.
I don't go for the Nasa baby can say. I don't go for the Baumia. Any another no more because it was perceived that Baumia is the establishment one a candidate to Dominion Baby Ken side. Into no Canada Japan, he has an advantage. But you see, a trick about Baumia and say you need to win the delegation first before you come to the general voting population. And when I was a year, you know, and the other working a transfer a Baumia so they say because or no so. A Jumane Dada, and also because of MPP for we had there free SHS near the MPP delivered. But Kakran is a finance ministry, economy, no, CD dollar exchange rate, Galamsey issues, and a few other issues, I mean generally governance. Any MPP for Nakasa approval ratings are uncle, that will work against Baumia.
I was saying more about about so much is matter. So first time here, we better subscribe to this page. Then we na upload it to the first person. Yeah, once I be the kind. We never can full bags etc. So at the amount say you put almost delay in bags, Italian bag, papa bag. I let the papa and I baby I could be a Obenya home bag at the amount. One more can swag a crabber. Omni KFC no and AD enhwɛ mu numbers no and go screen as no betimi afa na no madi ko bag color bia opibia so occasion bia ombenya bi ama na fit o status and wutie bia ombenya so bag e wo bag etc na busua enne na NPP for ekwakoye vetting na wo mo avert aspirants ni nyina se ba ne se wo so mo so ne so a womo asore so na fo womo nya nipa ebekwa kodi party no na se bekwa ko gina ma delegate no ato womo so aba no nya mu ba ko no di party na nim 2028 general election na ebekwa so no na entiye ya e free honorable kana ko preku Agyapong camp eba no enye de kwade nyina ene Oppong bio ya oye nyonko brebo ne boku shata fra womo nyina krapo akabom eye adwuma na sa bredie Oppong bio entiye ne kyerese was free honorable kana ko preku Agyapong camp akwa kopie mu ewo ya waduchum camp a wono kra ene ye campaign chairman edema Dr. Yaw Educhu bi eno na Ghana for kyerese ene ka me say Oppong bio wayi honorable kana ko preku Agyapong amada minute ya akatu na bro na bibia abawie sabre ena woda ne chi edema honorable kana ko preku Agyapong now so vim lady ede enchemu bi aba ede fa honorable kana ko preku Agyapong ho a watch say emfa ho say Oppong bio every honorable camp or no say we ken na we Dr. Muhammad Bomi otimo say honorable kana ko preku Agyapong I take lead na enemo ba ku mienu bi aka ketua bi also de so na so de call Dr. Muhammad Bomi camp o say so no be flag bearer edema na dan kwaku fado na for some be vice president no edema na dan kwaku fado enema bi wo ho na dan kwaku fado ye ekoditi Bomi asanya mana gusu ho anhwe ye no ya de beko asande say Dr. Muhammad Bomi eno ama the chances no akwa ketua bi compared to honorable kana kompreku Agyapong abusia yenkotie enchemu ya sister vim lady edeba na ekwan a Oppong bio so far so edi free ken camp ekopie mu ewo Yaw Educhum camp na ye ba be di achi nkomo
Obo Oppong bio.
Yes.
Mr. Oppong bio Canada Japan nia Oppong bio na dan for but say ni any business partner no.
Chama Oppong bio ayenim na Ghana here business agriculture or na chairman or camp na me campaign manager yeah. Nipa enya go kwatitru ho.
What about Charles Bisu? Uncle. Oppong bio minimum Oppong bio. Oya Canada Japan I think super care connect Canada Japan only super care. Okay.
Breaking news.
Canada Japan business partner no Educhum camp as chairman of his campaign. Oppong Mr. Oppong bio Educhum camp.
We believe accept the match.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, one more time, I'm not telling you about to area.
Abo life.
I'll come to 12. Mr. Pombio or edutum ne camp. If you go camp, or edutum ne camp.
And if you ever front door when we are going to for back door, a pedam discuss Dr. Duchum campaign.
No, I think I see it as an indictment to be kaka. Why is Canada Japan's long-time business partner, his friend? He's almost like his brother. Why is he in Educhum's camp? And the chairman of his campaign, why is he not with Canada Japan?
Oh no, they be sir, Dr. Educhum. No, I mean, chairman of Oppong Bill. But my point in a set one hour work on in answer. Senapo, Linear Panye, Oye, Kennedy, Anamobwa, Quabraja, Oye party cruise, no matter the Anamobwa. I'm not here to discuss Obi Nasam. Atasa, messaging there.
But after that, Oppong Bill Educhum ne camp party. Are you aware of that?
There for 2 room, kitchen doors.
No, but I'm surprised because I know the relationship between Mr. Oppong Bill and Onye Kennedy Japan. Is Bosian Onye Benina and Kameka and the girlfriend in Pua.
That's Dr. Mr. A Pabwa.
Wana, Mr. Oppong Bill.
Yeah. And to a Britain, I interview for now. I was some back.
I'll do that, but I'm saying that the Canada Japan team are aware there. Canada Japan, ne bad partner, ne business bad partner is in another person's camp. Why is he not in Canada Japan's camp? I know your preference, Keke.
No, why? I know what I no choice. Into why my day bisa. Oh yeah, Oppong Bill for Chasa. I remember headline.
But is that not an indictment on Canada Japan?
Dr. Cassie, Osia party crew near Mba Moba. You go to my boom if you are go to my bay to my Pochata. Pochata. So why no Dr. Chairman Oppong Bill Pochata? And then we did the onion so Casa, BBI fine.
And you see, them company no can on you, Mr. Oppong Bill, the company. I know it's one of the many companies that the two of them have, but I know Supercare. Is the company still there? Are they still working in the company?
But you remember, legally, man, one can't back our company as some. It's me a pebble now, what make it court. Oh, why they have them? But my friend, a cast, someone came. What's there? Ebia in 5 year conning and be able to we beat NDC in Baba. Honestly, Minji, you don't know, Casanova, Dr. Boy, not there. But time year to it calls for a certain leadership. And that's leadership. Time they are seizing their or Bible man. Okay. It's not Obia qualified. But Obia when the time of peak.
A Canada Japan. Slow but sure. I think Canada Japan and sometimes when he looks back, or that can say a shocking baby our baby because Canada Japan some cry. I think you can admit the fact that he's really camper. Wabo Juma from his to Trump Subani B Canada Japan kojo Trump so no a Trump version all the way to the now refined EFS and Canada Japan. He's trying to comport himself. On one who said presidency, and yet to Jagu near the year, intimidated what do baby, he needs to, exercise some kind of decorum. It's a trigger, not trigger, a anti-bronya trigger, any Canada Japan can anyone. Oh, and yet, Omaya phone on Quebec, no, and come in a cran and Quebeco. Because Quebec said they be Antoquan on a Canada Japan, and on Nabu who do the mic. But any Canada Japan can't go around mine because of my idiot. Oh, tinting gram about Canada Japan to be born is sometimes. Or to me, fine on mine and got super controversy. No, a man of quite. Or that fire about Canada Japan control. Ain't Canada Japan, Diana, I don't know, catch about me as a fine X because I can't penal. I think Canada Japan cash will not even tread on that line because on no Canada Japan, I can't carry across the line. Because he performed so well in the last race, they say. Presidential race, super delegate, and Alan and Cofoni, that's what baby can say. Alan and Cofoni had about me, Any nanado no more because it was perceived that Baumia is the establishment one candidate. So we na ba be Ken side. Into no Kennedy Japan, he has an advantage. But you see, a trick about me and say you need to win the delegation first before you come to the general voting population. And when I was a year, you know, and the other working a transfer a Baumia, so they say because or no so a year a Jumane dada and also because of MPP for we had there free SHS near the MPP delivered. But Kakran is a finance ministry, economy, no CD dollar exchange rate, you know, galamsey issues, and a few other issues, and in generally governance. Any MPP for Nankasa approval ratings are uncle, you know, that will work against Baumia. And Baumia fault because Baumia wasn't the president, but a good word approval ratings now never for Minintino. That can Baumia. And that is why Baumia is struggling. But so far, I think he has conducted his campaign well. And Baumia needs to double her because from the last super delegate results, no, Baumia was the leading person. And you are the one who also maintaining. One hour as a title holder, you need to maintain. So there's more pressure on Baumia. And although Baumia is good, Baumia has done well. But Nanando, approval ratings, and I'm buying Bianco second term approval ratings bedrock. America, UK, Ghana, the same. And if a Kufado crane can offer some no crime, and the economy issues no crime, and can still MPP approval ratings and the Kufado bedrock. It's just the way that their politics need here. Or second term beyond where you drop it. And it's when you know, and we don't have stay on Baumiano. And Baumia needs to do more. So far, I see that he's doing a lot. I can't a credit. Nearma 1 or 2 been on the team, you know. As a move for money in Coho. No, the team, you know. Mr. Yaman, I made that man free consultancy. Me, yes, I'm saying, so Edmuno, Emma, mom, homework. And he can, I can't a crack. Baumia can't a crack. And these are the 2 people. Makacham that I hear do chum. On our one woman, the do chum, no. So when your presidency no credit when you say running mate the need room. Because last one now about your favorite too, but because of Ashanti region vote tonight a kutano. Everything now we're targeting it. Edisanka almost between Apo any ebitum no, they needed to make sure that at least the ever could be our home back into now also muchusu Napo and an opportunity team no or man managing me. I blame the team, not Napo himself. A team no now managing candidate. Team no one manage candidate. I tell you what candidate back one other chance and can't wait. And I'm gonna say about a Napo chance. So right now, Baumia, Kenny, nobody can go back to Napo. I think at best what Napo can do, they say, Omoberman or a friend saying, Omoberman Napo chief of staff. So I think that should be Omoberbano, Napo chief of staff and Ubenya. And I think that will really work well for Napo. And he's a very fine gentleman, but team now I'm managing ye and on my first problem number. And which one there? Running mate, you know, when you can and he probably will be on the top of the list. He will be on the top of the list. And which homework me say, on your popular across Ghana. He has to do his homework to be popular across Ghana. Before say, I don't know the team, no person, yes, our homework now. I say, Mama, fire na Baumiano by a wrong strategy. Because all fire Baumia, Nina, opponent was so true to her. And one here, Nipa be offended, you probably cannot get back. It's a very wrong strategy. But he has to work on making himself appealable to the entire nation. And also, yeah, appealable to the entire nation, not just MPP for, not just Ashanti region. Ashanti region, but you see, Ashanti region, no, and then you can go to fans who Ken, as well fans for Ashanti region, Ken. Brian Champon, or fans for Ashanti region, because call for the so I'm not me Ashanti for. Peter Tatemba, I want shenanigan kakra move back, Brian Champon, but and now I'm saying who need video be all kind now, no. Or near my way, and I thought Brian Champon bragge kakra, oh. Internal race, it is Susu Brage. Internal race, Namoko. Susu Brage. One way now, Bragia, Manako Traswa. No one here, no Akakadi anything, and come and Canada, Japan, because I saw the story from Canada, Japan. On this is what a friend say, Canada, Japan. So I say, I will use the Asian miracle model to develop Ghana, Canada, Japan. And I like this, but this is not the time for messaging like this. This time you are speaking to delegates. And the delegates will address internal issues. Party no more yedidija. Party no more rewarded supporting and Colano or from grassroots wanted to say NDC. party for no manage through party for there's lack of communication. Resources na cost no for the money second bank ground. Those ones now are the delegates issues. I was about Kennedy Agyapong addressing. So although I agree with the point where you're making, but one addressing those underlying party issues now, where are okay a national issue. In terms of the general voting population, you're interested in some of these issues. Say, hey, who bet me build the Ghana here, my because that's what we all want to see. Say Ghana echo beyond just where we are going. Because Ghana, they say, I say campaign in another kasa kwa ya kasa sa. What I say? Ya kasa sa. I said, "Uncle do baby, and we may have to change from there. Now we are more strategic." I was trying to look for honorable by the champ video. Na make say on also say he's moving his people from the ideas and how say or a delivery of ideas. I think I know okay, but now me force a bit of bragging, but he's entitled to his bragging rights. He's entitled to his bragging rights because one ever turn into not share the why yeah was solving problem into a part delegates and say but see Mr. Brand example the target kind of crying but the target by 2032 oh yeah not yet it was him say when Canadian Agyapong Baomiano and 2028 and fa and before na kasa in 2028 omuti keka and sha na on fa because the ekoi mo solve mo problem na 2028 and this be san to aso by NDC so issue ni say because any mahama na ekonti likely some so betime lose seat no and the people before pushika clean they can take it because mahama nko bi o and results no cry NDC nya na anu ya no it was largely based on the person mahama, not necessarily NDC, the person mahama, the person of mahama, not necessarily NDC. NDC but the personality of mahama. And more and I go for a tomorrow more. Let me show you the other brand example.
Talk about ideas.
I don't know.
The biggest hotel in Africa is my idea. The longest run airport, the airport with the longest runway in the world is my idea. I solved big problems that this country confronted. Ghost names. We moved over 50,000 people from the payroll through my software. That was my idea. All the companies that I run, functioning, employed, over 1,000 people around this environment, in this community, the growth pool that I've established here, those are ideas translated into action. Those who are competing with me go to their communities and find out how their ideas have translated into action. But it's simple. Or if you remember, 2 weeks ago, Kudakos station, multimedia, they put out that government or Cocoa Board has received $4 billion in deposits. Did you see that? Do you know who caused it? Brian, you are looking at me. When I went to the Ministry of Agriculture, Cocoa Board, I supervised it. They told me that since 1947, we have always gone for syndication.
Eti ana make us radio to me say honorable brage kakra de ono so be nde wo so dwa nanim no bi o say yeah o dey form eti oton ho we have to verify some of those facts now o claiming nyina but I mean there's no question about the fact that being a young vibrant person or big company and hotel asemi o kan there without it will be enim say okokowu a hotel kete o I'm not sure I said the whole Africa that's the biggest hotel because I don't think so Morocco no many ade a Cairo, that is the bigger. But I mean, my boss been my former boss been okay. One ton who be anto. It was also ton who kaka. So let's come back to a first MPP for primaries. When other matters are rising, you better whether they will survive this period. And MPP primaries here, will the party itself survive? Because they are also MPP money there.
enti abusia ensem ni mienu ne yakwa koti aba na we Ghana fo che se amanyosem nko na anyonkosem so enko se ye hwe amanyosem no bebi odwan pe no ho na odi no fufuo ebo emfa ho se na damfo ene onabo kana kompreku Agyapong bia na ni swade hunu no ne wo hwehwe amanyosem no ne onabo eka no ene ne de no enhye ne mom doctor ya waduchum de no ene ne hye enti no be ho kwan se okọ Ghana na Ghana bia obia ekra ne freedom bia wo pe no obetimi akwa join ni se ye hwa ade a ekoso ewa amanyosem nti we no enhye da enye nwanwasa nya ade bia ebe ha onabo kana kompreku Agyapong bebre bia sa na se ye hwe Dr. Muhammad Bawumia kwa ne campaign wo ye ene abra 2024 na eba beso bo na yehu ya waduchum wo ho afi yehu kwamna Agyapong ene brother champo munyina na wo munyina ewo Dr. Muhammad Bawumia campa wo mo air support na so fast eba ne se afi omunye ne sade hunu ne dae so omo so bekwa kopre no munyina African camp a obia air print nti se Oppong bio African camper we no enye nwanwa eno so enkyere se enam so ebema onabo kana kompreku Agyapong ate e de abofo na se ontimi enimu enkunim amanfo adwenkyere ya wo mo kyere enam de ababesuma message se won so obeja wo de e wo comment section ho e de na afi when me subscribe to me so too much GH all the social media platforms so kwa too much GH o subscribe ho no like no share no we be so enye bi ahwe dark gold and am jesu makram